You know what time it
Time to
is.
stand up and speak your mind. In this elitist jungle, keep the beats alive. Whether yoga or doja that keeps you high. Gotta stay up, cause on the street you die. Time to wake up and see the light. Stop counting sheep, seize your life. Free your eyes and see suns rise on the horizon. Where the street meets the sky. The master's ignorance feeds our master's greed.
What's going on, everybody? What a world, what a world. What movie? Y'all got some homeworks to do. It's funny because my nephew... I said a line a couple podcasts back, and I said something about what movie, and my nephew got in the comments, and was like, tried to guess the movie, and I don't even remember the fucking line. I don't even remember the line I said. Clown. Let me hit up this journal entry really quick. Got to do my journal. At least get the minimum down. Woke up. 0500. Hit the rack at 2100. Hit the gym this morning. Hit the gym. Hit this journal. And hit the Berg podcast. Hit the abyss. Dive. So today, Tuesday, affirmations. I am manly as fuck. We're going to continue on this theme of manhood. I am manly as fuck. Bitch! I am manly. Journal entry done. All right. I kind of wanted to, the last couple podcasts, I kind of talk shit to the ladies a little bit. Don't get me started on this fucking thing now, too. This one. This is the old rickety mic stand. Let's just work it. Let's work it. Work it. You're worth it. So this Saturday, this Saturday, my buddy who got back into the program of Alcoholics Anonymous is getting a 60-day chip. And he called me up and was like, dude, 7 o'clock Saturday morning, dude, men's group, dude, give my 60-day, will you come? It's like, fucking, are you kidding me? Like, fucking be honored, brother. You want to come do a podcast after? He was like, I'd be honored. So hopefully he doesn't bitch out. I don't think he will. We'll see. Maybe I'll put all the pod shit in the truck and bring it, and then he has no excuse. No, I think he will. We'll see. Even if he doesn't, this is a big deal, kind of. To some folks might be considered a big deal. Getting yourself out there. But back to, so I'm proud of him, man. He's getting 60 days. He's back in the game. He had come out before, he had done some stuff before and kind of went back out a little bit. But we'll get into his story. I'll let him tell his story. Good friend of mine, skateboard homie. my AZ homie out here. It's early in the morning, so I'm drinking my mud. I heard somewhere on one of these podcasts, Andrew Huberman, I've heard him on Joe Rogan a couple of times, and then I started to listen to the Huberman podcast, and he's a neuroscientist, and he puts out a lot of really good information. And he was talking about, I'm a technical dummy. I'm more of the artistic type. I'm a storyteller. That doesn't mean that I can't understand. I'm justifying. The fuck, Jay? Just tell the fucking story, right? Right? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he was talking about these receptors. Like, do you ever feel that crash at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Your body just sort of, it wants to kind of shut down. Well, there are these receptors and binders and chemicals in your body that have this effect. And he said if you wait to have caffeine for about an hour or 90 minutes after you wake up, then you give those receptors and bonders an opportunity to bond in your body before you give it that kick, that caffeine kick, and that should help to relieve some of that later on in the afternoon. So I've been giving that a shot. No caffeine. Depending on my morning, some mornings I wake up and I'm ready to get out the door, so it's like, give me my fucking coffee, motherfucker. But on those mornings where I wake up and do some other things, go to the gym, by the time I don't have my coffee here until 6:45-ish. I'm giving that a shot. I want to see what the differences are. So anyway, Andrew Huberman, check him out. He's he's got some cool stuff. He just put a cool podcast out about nicotine use. A lot of really good information. Which reminds me of something I should be, or could be, something that I could be, because there's no reason in shame. See, now here's where we get into this really quick, right? So if I say, I should be putting stuff in my show notes so that you guys can have links to the things I talk about. Should implies shame. I don't believe that there's any reason for me to feel shame about not putting information in the show notes. Would it be helpful for you guys? Yes. Could I do it? Yes. Would it be better? Would it be more effective? Better, perhaps? Yes. Okay. But should I? There's no need to shame myself for that one. So there's a good example of should implying shame. That's a good example for you guys. I'm glad that happened. So I could be putting some more information in my show notes. I'm finding that stuff like this, doing these podcasts, they take quite a bit of time. They take quite a bit of time of my own personal free time. Not that I don't. I mean, I got time. We get sitting there watching fucking Netflix or, what are you watching? I don't know what you're watching. You watching something? You watching something crazy on YouTube? You watching the PH? Excuse me, goodness. Well, what I wanted to get into here was I kind of bashed the ladies a couple of times a little bit. And I'm not going to apologize. There's no need for me to apologize. I'm not going to apologize. You women have been attacking us men for years now. Not to say that us men haven't been brutal before in the past. We have. But y'all been coming after us. And some of us guys who aren't total dicks are suffering because of it, because of your tactics. But what I wanted to say was I actually wanted to praise you. Because though you're not strong like men in certain ways, you are strong in other ways. And one of the things that I wanted to say that I fucking have mad respect for women is we're all birthed of a woman. Every last one of us was birthed of a woman who carried us in her womb, who went through intensive labor. Some of us had umbilical cords wrapped around our necks, and our mothers were cut open across their belly, and we were yanked from the bowels of death and desperation. I know, the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck. I always wonder, like, there's this idea of the primal trauma, right? A primal wound, which is something that happens like at birth. A lot of folks who are given up for adoption at birth have this primal wound. You know, they never got their mother or whatever, you know. And I was wondering if the umbilical cord wrapped around my... Obviously, that's a trauma. That's a form of trauma. And I've always had this chip on my shoulder, kind of a chip on my shoulder, you know, kind of a... You know, and I wonder if the fucking world is trying to kill me on my way out, and I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck this motherfucker, you know? Hey, wonder what the science is on that. I might have some homework to do myself. But ladies, listen, ladies, and you know, I've said this before. I love you women. Women are amazing creatures. Women are amazing. What I'm getting at here is that what I believe is that we are a team. Men and women are a team. I mean, that's what marriage is about, right? And that's what I believe one of our greatest purposes in life is about making a partnership with a woman and having it last, a marriage. That's real responsibility, a marriage, a family, raising children together, right? When you think about how difficult relationships are between men and women. Talk about a challenge. Talk about the ultimate challenge. Talk about the ultimate purpose. You know, it's one thing to have a bunch of buddies of the same sex. Even women's relationship with each other, it's complicated. I think a lot of women are getting better at it for sure these days. In my opinion, it seems like a lot more women are coming together. Maybe because you've adopted some of the masculine traits, perhaps. Bro code. Y'all got the hoe code. You know? I don't know. I'm making jokes. I kid a lot. A lot of times, this is a thing that I think, I'll explain myself here and justify a little bit for you folks. I like to talk shit. And most of the time I'm talking shit, I'm looking for attention. I want to get a laugh. You know, I'm running my mouth. Interestingly enough, my nickname that was given to me when I was a youngster in elementary school was Mouth. My good friend's mom, she named me Mouth. J Bar's mom. And J Bar is how I got the name J Berg, because J Bar and J Berg, we were like brothers from another mother, you know. And so everyone called him J Bar, and someone looked over at me and said, J Berg, J Bar and J Berg. Drop the J, Berg. That's how I got Berg. But J Bar's mom, she called me Mouth. Now, I name drop a little bit there, but it's a nickname. So I've been wondering about this name drop thing. I don't know. I feel like it's inappropriate to just drop people's names out here in public without them knowing, without asking them for their permission. That's why I just don't want to use names a lot. If they were public people, I suppose if their Facebooks are public, I don't know. Anyway. So, ladies, listen. We love you. Most of us men out here, we love you, we respect you, and we appreciate you. There are a few men Look, I almost did the there's. There's the thing. There is. There's a few. I almost did the there is thing. Look at that. Caught myself. There are men out there. There's men out there. See? Even there is men out there. That doesn't work. There's men out there. Doesn't work. There are men out there. There are men out there that are fucking assholes. Of course there are. There are a lot of men out there like myself who are semi-assholes. Pseudo asshole can become an asshole. But for the most part, I respect women. And for the most part, again, here's another thing. And I'm just going to say this too. I'm going to start speaking my mind and saying things here. Like, you want equal. You want to be equal, but you don't. Really, you don't. Think about it. You want to be equal, but you don't. And I promise you that if we were actually equal and things were equal, straight up the middle, equal, you'd come to find out real quick that you don't want to be equal. I'm just saying. Shit, I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to carry a baby. I mean, am I curious? Of course. It'd be interesting. It would be one hell of an experience to, see what that would be all about. But, I mean, that's a pain that I don't want to go through. I think it would be amazing to carry a child inside and grow life. It's fucking amazing. Only you women can do that. That's your fucking special power. You know what I mean? And that's like us men, our special power is fucking kicking ass and taking names. It's our fucking special power. I just wanted to make sure, ladies, I'm talking shit and I'm kidding around and I'm talking some shit. It's real shit, and I'm also kidding around, but it's real shit. It's true shit. And I'm also saying some stuff that I think a lot of men out here are afraid to say. A lot of men don't want to speak out because they're afraid they're going to get canceled or lose their job. I mean, like I said, like Dave Chappelle spoke well about this. We're afraid that if we say hi the wrong way, or if we happen to look at your low-cut T-shirt that you wore to show off your tits, if we happen to look at that and you don't like it, you're going to fucking get us fired. You know what I mean? And you want to talk about equal and fair. Yeah, that shit ain't fair. Honestly. But you get to decide. But some joker who looks like Brad Pitt looks at your tits and you'll take your top off. Give me that shit. Don't give me that you don't do that shit bullshit. You know what I mean? Anyway. But that doesn't mean that because we find you attractive and because we find you sexually appealing, that doesn't mean that we don't have respect for you. Right? And how about taking a little bit of responsibility for yourselves? Again, here we go into this personal responsibility thing. Personal responsibility. I was having a conversation about how the clothing for children is always shorter, tighter, shorter, tighter, showing more, and that's the only option out there, that there isn't another option for girls without going and buying boy clothes. And I remember having the conversation. Well, I guess in my mind, the conversation was, in my head, at first I heard, in my head, I'm thinking, if parents want to allow their young girls to dress a certain way, that's their choice. They can. But then it turned to, there aren't any other options out there. And I thought, that's interesting. That's interesting. So ladies, chime in on this. Let me know what you're thinking about that. Because again, I believe that there should be options for everybody. Without having to take your daughter to go buy boy clothes, she should be able to buy girls-shaped clothing that's not provocative sexually, especially for younger girls. I mean, it's going to be bad enough that these girls, it already is bad enough that these girls are struggling on social media. Yeah. Yeah. See, I immediately want to start talking shit, right? Because social media, see, this whole idea of these transitioning young girls is really, I think the same thing is happening for boys. It's become popular. It's popular to transition, right? Like it's popular to be the victim. You become a hero. You become popular. And if some young bitch is fucking ugly as fuck, she fell off the fucking ugly top of the ugly tree and hit every fucking branch on the way down. And now she comes to school looking like a boy, cuts her hair and looks like a boy. She's not an ugly fucking bitch anymore. She's not a dog. And now she's popular and everybody respects her, which is cool because we all need love and affection. But if it was me, if that was my daughter, I'd be like, listen, sweetheart, you're still a girl. You know? You're still a girl until you come of age. Once you come of age and you go through puberty as a girl, then we'll discuss. And now they're saying, and now they're talking about And now they're talking about, oh my God, children can just go to the doctor and get the hormone blockers without a parent's approval. Since when the fuck was that okay? That's not okay, man. Next thing you know, they're going to go be getting, like if your child goes to get heroin, I know those are two different things, and that's a fucking straw man or whatever the fuck they call that. But ladies, chill down, chill out, calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? Calm the fuck down. We're not all out here to get you. Are we all out here to fuck you? Yes. Yes. We want to fuck. We're horn dogs. It's in our fucking DNA. Next thing you know, that's why you want to fucking change our DNA. For God's sakes. Get a hold of yourselves. I didn't want to talk shit today. It just happens. The Berg starts running his mouth. Mouth starts running his mouth. But seriously, man. Get a hold of yourselves. Fuck. Fuck. Like I have a daughter. I have a daughter. And again, principles. We talked a little bit about principles in the last podcast. I believe in men and women, and there's a difference. Huge difference. That's it. That's all. It's biology. Follow the science. We believe in science. We believe in science, right? Isn't that what it says on the signs in the front yard? We believe in science. This house believes in. Except when it comes to what a woman is, right? For crying out loud. It's amazing that we even have to have this discussion. In my opinion, it's just... And again, this is a free country, okay? I served this nation, and I believe in the Constitution. I rose my right hand, is it my left? Right hand on the Bible, left hand on the Bible. Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. And swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. I believe in the freedom of expression, the freedom of choice, the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press. I believe in your right to choose. I'm even pro-choice. I believe in a woman's right to choose, which in my opinion is pro-privacy. I believe in medical privacy, which is something, seems like I attack the left here. You know what? I'll attack the fucking right. Stay out of my doctor's office, motherfuckers. Right? Same thing with the left. Stay out of my children's life. Stop fucking transgendering my children and fucking grooming them. Hey, people on the right, stay out of my fucking doctor's office. If my daughter fucking feels like she needs to have an abortion, then we'll discuss that as a fucking family in between our doctor, and stay the fuck out of my doctor's office. I'm fucking tired of you motherfuckers telling me what to do. For real. For real, for real. I'll decide. I decide for me what's best for me. Medical, like the people on the right, they want medical privacy when it comes to the vaccine, except when it comes to fucking abortions. I understand you want to save lives. And I also understand in personal responsibility. I don't believe that abortion should be fucking birth control. You fucking women shouldn't be, you should be fucking taking every means precaution necessary to not get pregnant in the first place. Same thing with men. Men, stop fucking knocking bitches up. Personal responsibility. What's so hard about that? Oh, everything's hard about that because you want everybody else to do every fucking thing else for you. Fuck. And you want to know why I get a little worked up about this. I'm getting a little worked up. I'm ranting a little bit, right? And you know what the crazy thing is I was one of those people. I've been a victim. I've been a fucking codependent. I've been a victim. Don't get me wrong. I can still be those things. But I've made decisions in my life pushing a decade now where I decided, you know what? I'm going to take responsibility for my life. I'm going to take responsibility. See, because I'm the one. Shout out, Tony Baker Comedy. Not CCC, because I'm the one calling the shots. And the thing is that that's actually how I was raised. Those are the principles that were instilled in me from a young age. It just took me a while. I found a bottle. And that was my excuse for the longest fucking time. And I'm still a work in progress, but personal responsibility. So women, take responsibility for your actions. Men, take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for your children. Teach your children responsibility, not victimhood. Men are men, women are women. That's it. Done deal. Now, if you want to go transition after you're an adult, it seems like a lot of people aren't talking about, I'm gonna bring it up, is that there are a lot of people who transition when they're young and do hormone blockers, and now they're becoming adults and they're regretting their decision, and it's too late for them. You can't go back. Maybe you can. I don't know all the details, but what I'm hearing is it's a struggle. You can't get a tattoo till you're 18. You can't do this shit till you're 18. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to my daughter, I'm sorry, sweetie, but you're a little girl until you're 18. And when you're 18, even though I think that's still too young to make that decision, you'll be an adult. In the eyes of the law, you'll be an adult. And I think that's still too young. I mean, that's why we take young men and women and put them in the military when they're young. Or we put them in college when they're young, 18, 19, 20. Till you're 25, you're really moldable. By the time you're 25, I'm not saying that you don't figure out who you are, because by the time you're 4 years old, the things that you learn when you're 4, that shit sticks with you. And by the time, I know that for me, by the time I was 16, 17 years old, I had a pretty good idea of who I was. And there are things that change over time, and responsibilities change over time. And now becoming a man in these later years. But then again, like I said, I drank for over a decade, really hard drinking, and lost myself. And so that's stunted growth for sure. And now I have to slowly become and learn different when the neuroplasticity in my brain is a lot less. I'm hoping to teach my daughter when she's young and get her fucking working. And hopefully I have enough energy when I'm fucking 60. And that's what I'm working towards. I'm working towards building myself up. So by the time I'm 50, by the time I'm 60, I'm fucking running and gunning strong. So that when she's 18 years old, 19, 20 years old, I'll be able to keep up with her. Keep that ass in check. I'm kidding. She can be what I kid. But seriously, at the same time, hopefully I've instilled some principles in her and some ideals in her that help her, some discipline. But ladies, man, ladies, we love you. I love you. Women are you women are amazing creatures. Amazing, strong in so many ways. Again, different than men. Doesn't mean that you're not strong. Doesn't mean that we're not equal. We're equal in different ways. We're on different playing fields. Some areas we're strong, some areas you're strong. But that's where the balance comes in. The balance. We work together as a union. Together is our way forward. Togetherness. Working out our differences, having conversations, and calling each other out. I'm calling you out, women. Women, call us out. Call us out on our bullshit, which you've done. Okay? Call us out. Hold us accountable. That doesn't mean you fire us. That doesn't mean you divorce us right away. We work on it. We go to see a counselor. There are other tactics. Don't take away someone's livelihood because they made a mistake. That's not cool. That's not right. That's not fucking right. Right and fucking wrong. Good and evil. It's not good. It's not right. I think you should be ashamed of yourselves. Just like I think men should be you should be ashamed of yourselves for the way you've treated women. Okay? I am ashamed of myself for the way I've treated some women. To those women out there that I've mistreated, I apologize. I'm fucking sorry. I'm sincerely sorry from the bottom of my heart. I'm flawed. I make mistakes. I'm flawed. I apologize. I'm a work in progress. I'm working on myself. I'm growing. I'm sorry. Shit fucking happens. We make mistakes. It's fucking crazy. Cancel culture is fucking crazy. Start canceling you bitches, man. Fuck it. Know what I mean? Return of the King. Canceling bitches left and right. You're gone. You're gone. Imagine that. Imagine the fuck out of that. And again, like my mom came up in aerospace, a male-dominated culture, for sure. She came up in that, and she succeeded. Took her fucking 30 years, but she did. Male-dominated culture. It certainly has been a male-dominated society. And again, one of the reasons it's a male-dominated society is because we'll kick your fucking ass. I mean, it sucks, but that's the truth. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? But also, there wouldn't be any men born on this world if there weren't any women either. So there's that. Men, stop kicking bitches' asses. Bitches, stop fucking canceling men. And let's get back to the fucking art of making love. Make peace with each other. And do it now. Make peace. Let's make peace. Let's talk shit. Let's hold each other accountable. We make jokes and talk shit. You know? And it's interesting because every time she talks shit and calls me out, I'm like, oh, all right. I see you. But when it becomes this passive-aggressive bullshit, that's when I'm like, fuck off. Shut the fuck up. That's when I get pissy. Bring that passive-aggressive shit. Ladies, we love you. Men, straighten out. Ladies, straighten out. Peace.
You know what time it is. Time to stand up and speak your mind. In this elitist jungle, keep the beats alive. Whether yoga or doja that keeps you high. Gotta stay up, cause on the street you die. Time to wake up and see the light. Stop counting sheep, seize your life. Free your eyes and see suns rise on the horizon. Whether